crossing creeks, climbing over trees, rocks, and a drive through Shaver Lake, California. Our journey leads us to Sierra National Forest and the Indian Pools Trail. But it's not the pools that we're looking at today. It's a 50 to 70 foot cascading waterfall coming down the Sierra Nevada mountain range. Our goal is to find this waterfall. I hope you enjoy this hike. The hike begins at the China Peak Resort in this big open parking lot. When you get to the parking lot, it's just going to be dirt and a forest surrounding it. And when you get to the trailhead, there's actually not a sign, but you will see the path straight ahead of you, which is right here. So this trail is 4.5 miles with an elevation gain of around 600 feet. So it's not too long of a hike, not too difficult. And for the most part, it's relatively flat, with the exception of multiple rock climbing portions of the hike that you will have to do. So the pools are the main attraction of this hike. I believe there are 3 pools on the Indian Trail. However, I'm not going to get too much into the pools, but the goal is for me to find this waterfall that's coming down the mountain. So I'm going to see if I can find this waterfall. I've seen it in pictures. I don't know the name of the waterfall, but it's always cool to find a waterfall on a hike. And there are a lot of wildflowers on this trail. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link in the description below on the trail. I will point out certain sections of the hike in which you will see on the trail. But because the trail merges on and off, and you will lose the trail on occasion, so I'd recommend downloading the app or just staying close to the creek or the river. That way you won't get lost. But eventually it'll lead you to the waterfall as long as you stay close to the river. And there are a lot of spots you could just get off on the trail and look at the river. And it's very rocky. And there are little cascades that will come flowing down as you make your way up the hike. And it's pretty rocky, so you want to wear some comfortable footwear on this hike. And there is quite a bit of rock scrambling on this hike. So it's actually about 78 degrees right now. This is up in the mountains, so in the valley, I believe it's about 104 degrees when I came back from this trail and drove down into Fresno. So this is a really good hike to do in the summer, especially after the snow melts. And you will see this tree that you will have to go under on the hike. So just watch your head. And right here is just another portion that you kind of notice it just merges off to the trail. So it's easy to miss the trail. And like I said, just stay close to the river or the creek and you should be fine. Or download the app, whatever works for you, of course. And I didn't touch any of the plants on this trail. I heard there was some poison oak. I don't know exactly what it looks like, but I'd recommend wearing some long sleeves if you can. I wore a t-shirt, which I probably wouldn't recommend, but I didn't get any poison oak on me. And you will cross a creek on the way to this destination, and there is a little cascade coming down the creek. So this is a really nice, easy trail in my opinion. Family friendly. And I did see some people bring their dogs on this trail. You could bring your dogs, but there are a lot of rocks, so just keep that in mind if you bring any pets with you on this trail. I'm going to also go ahead and leave the address to this trail below as well, so you can take a look at it. And you will see multiple stacked rocks on this hike, and it kind of helps guide you to get to your destination. So just look after those stacked rocks and little lizards, of course, on this trail. And you're gonna reach this point, and there's actually a narrow section that you gotta go through between two rocks. And at this point, you could either climb over that tree, but we're gonna go ahead and just go around it, which is what I did. So this is one of the pools, I believe. I believe this is the second pool, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't get too close to the pools, but I did see quite a few hikers getting close to the pools and jumping in the water. But actually, coming from up there is the snow coming up from the mountain that melted not too long ago. So that water flows into Huntington Lake. So it keeps that lake filled up. So that lake doesn't dry up because of all that snow melt that occurs in the spring. So it keeps the rivers flowing, it keeps the lakes flowing, and of course, you know, the waterfalls coming down the mountain. And you will have to climb over some trees, rocks, and you're gonna reach this portion of the hike, which is very bushy and dense forestry. So just be careful. Try not to touch those plants because some of it might be poison oak. And some more rock climbing. And I believe that's Black Boot Mountain, if I'm not mistaken. We're actually getting pretty close to our destination. And we have arrived. This is the waterfall that's coming down. And that's just nothing but snow melt and rain. So I don't know the name of this waterfall. But if you know the name, go ahead and just leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what it's called. I would probably refer to it as Indian Pool Falls. But somebody, I believe, said it was Furna Falls. I don't know the exact name. But yeah, that's it right there. There's a peak right there. So I'm just going to get a little closer. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this adventure. Don't forget to like.